Hi, I'm Darryn Farrugia and welcome. Well, firstly, today's my birthday. So that's a special day for me, and it's been a really special week. And it's been special because Steve Gadd has been in town. So Steve Gadd's been here playing a couple of concerts with James Taylor. And then on Monday night, Drum Tech, which is a local drum shop here, hosted a meet and greet with Steve Gadd. So I managed to get in early. I got to say hi, get an album signed, have my photo taken with him, and I stuck around for the whole event. So basically Steve just sat there for about two and a half hours, signing autographs, having photos taken, and meeting all these drummers that had sort of queued up for half of the block in order to meet him. It was a real special occasion. And then at the end of it, after most people had left and Steve was done signing autographs, meeting people, talking to people, having photographs taken, he said thank you, and then he pulled this out.
Keep it going.
So to say that I and everyone that was there were gobsmacked by what had happened is a massive understatement. We were just not expecting that, and it just goes to show Steve's warmth and generosity, and also a big thank you to Frank Corniola for organising the event. That was an inspiring night for all of us that were there that night. It was amazing. Then the following night I got to see James Taylor with Steve Gadd playing drums. Anyone who knows me knows that James Taylor is my favourite musician. So to have Steve and James in a band together is just so incredibly special. And then one of my highlights of the many James Taylor concerts that I've been to is the song Country Road, where Steve and James get to do this.
I said every time I'm on your country road, same feeling from my head down to my toes are gone. Where it come from, don't know where the thing goes. Like to jump back and hit your feet and some boys, yeah. Everything's fine and I'm okay. I don't know how it happened to me today, but every time I walk on the country road, the same thing goes down there. Well, I'm all right about it. Every time I light on it.
So anyway, to say that I am just a little bit inspired at this point is also a massive understatement. Anyway, we should get onto this lesson. So the groove that you heard me play at the start of this lesson, as odd as it may sound, is actually just 2 bars of 4/4. And it's basically built on a cycle of 9 16th notes. We'll get to the exact pattern that I play in a second, but I think the first thing we need to address is the placement of the accents. So what I'll do is I'll just click those accents with the sticks while I count the 2 bars of 4/4. So basically, this is the accent pattern. A 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. What I'll do is I'll take that accent pattern and I'll divide it between the bass drum and snare drum as those two voices actually appear in the 2-bar pattern itself. So same accents, but this time orchestrated between the bass drum and the snare drum. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the accent pattern. So let's talk specifically about the 9/16th note grouping that I'm playing within that. It's basically the same pattern that I demonstrated in a video that I did a couple of weeks back. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to leave a link to that in the description underneath this video. So basically the pattern that I'm using is a single paradiddle, right, left, 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 with a bass drum on the end of it to complete a 9-note grouping, let's say. So I'm going to play that pattern on the snare drum with the bass drum at the end of the paradiddle. I'll keep quarter notes on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was that pattern played across 2 bars of 4/4 as it appears in this groove. Now remember that we're interrupting the pattern so we can actually get it to resolve after 2 bars of 4/4. I think you get the idea. Anyway, so what I want to do is now orchestrate that between the hi-hat and snare drum. So it's really simple. My right hand is going to play the hi-hat, my left hand is going to remain at the snare drum. I'm going to play that accent on the snare drum as a backbeat. You can play that as a rim shot if you like, and then I'm playing a pretty solid accent with my right hand on the hi-hat. Now the other thing I'm doing is I'm adding an extra bass drum note to the start of the pattern. So now we've got a bass drum note at the start of the pattern in unison with the hi-hat, and then of course we've got that bass drum note at the end of the pattern, which is going to sound on its own. So I'm going to play this with a metronome. I've got a metronome here set at 80 beats per minute. Have a listen and count along too. So remember, it's a 2-bar cycle. If you can count a 2-bar cycle along with me playing this, that'd be great. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go, that's the groove played at 80 beats per minute. I'm going to play it again now at 100 beats per minute and count along. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it. There's a pretty crazy groove that's in 4/4. May not necessarily sound like it at first. I don't know where you're going to use it, to be honest with you, but I'm sure that you can find ways of using this idea creatively. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you're inspired somehow. Even if it's just 10% of the inspiration that I'm feeling right now, good on you. Anyway, I will see you all soon. Have a great weekend and all of that stuff. And yeah, enjoy the practice. See you later. time to unplug myself.